Hello, I'm back. And this is just going to be a little short video about something that I've been thinking about for the last few days since Konami mentioned, we're not, the future of our games aren't on, isn't consoles, but mobile. So, here's my idea. Konami, Capcom, Square Enix, aka Squeenix, and Sega have IPs, and even Bandai Namco to an extent, have IPs that they are not using, that literally are just kind of lying there. So I was thinking to myself, there has to be something they could do in order to, um, you know, bring these IPs to the forefront and, generally speaking, um, you know, slake the thirst of people who want these games, while at the same time minimizing their risk. So I have an idea that I think could maybe work for all the parties involved. Stay tuned to what this idea is after the cut. So, like I said, I had an idea. So what is this idea? Um, Square Enix, Sega slash Atlas, um, Konami, Bandai Namco, Capcom, take the IPs that they aren't using, that are just moldering away, and put them on a emporium, if you will. An emporium where people can bid, indie developers or other third parties can bid to make a game. Um, Using that IP, right? So, someone wants to make a Mega Man game, someone wants to make a Castlevania game, they can bid to make that game. Now, these games can be funded one of two ways. They can bid to make the game, and they can even use Kickstarter or their own funds, or, if they pitch a good enough pitch, the company that holds the IP can fund it. Either one of those ways. Depending on the nature of how the game is going to be distributed, whether it's digital or physical, or a combination thereof, determines, how much it's going to cost to make and stuff like that. But generally speaking, both parties, the studio, the indie studio making it, and the IP holder, the publisher or bigger third-party studio that's publishing it, that holds the IP rights, can get a part of the action, a piece of the action. So I'll give you an example. Okay, Square Enix holds the rights to Ogre Battle. They have done nothing with Ogre Battle, not a damn thing. So how about let a company, an indie, for maybe, do a Kickstarter for $300,000 and make an Ogre Battle game. And if it sells well, people buy it. Let's say they make 3 million, split the proceeds in half. 50% goes to, it sells 3 million. Split the profit in half. The studio that made it gets half. Square Enix gets half, and gamers have an Ogre Battle game. I think that would be a fair and equitable thing. I think that could be a possible solution to just IPs just moldering away. We could get better Castlevania games. We could get better Contra games. Because at this point, their entire franchises that are just sitting, I mean, like the title of this video says, right now, these companies that have these IPs that are doing nothing with them, they're making 100% of zero off of these IPs. They're just sitting there. Whereas they could easily do this idea and make at least 50% of something, which is more than 100% of nothing. So tell me what you guys think. Leave your comments in the comment section. I'll try to answer them. Is this a good idea? Do you feel that this would be a valid way of basically having these IPs out there, new installments in these IPs out there for people to enjoy, that type of thing? Obviously, there would be some type of quality control. Dave's studio run from some guy's basement that makes little shitty Flash games probably wouldn't be able to get the rights to Chrono Trigger, but you know what I'm saying. So yeah, tell me what you guys think. Leave your comments in the comment section. Also, keep in mind that tomorrow at 5 Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll be doing the Nintendo's E3 presentation podcast, where we will be talking about what we expect from Nintendo's E3 presentation. What are we going to see? What do we think we're going to see? What games we think we're going to see? Just fun exposition and estimation. So with that being said, I bid you guys a good night.